Emergency lighting and guidance lighting is essential for the safety of occupants within a building where a sudden loss of light would prevent safe passage from the premises. The Regulatory Reform, Fire Safety, Order 2005 and British Standard 5266 provides general guidance on the provision and operation of emergency lighting. Current legislation requires the premises responsible person to consider all aspects of fire safety within their premises, and included in this requirement is the provision of emergency lighting systems. The responsible person has a legal duty to have a premises fire risk assessment which identifies hazards and risks. FRA guidance for all types of premises except individual dwelling houses state that emergency lighting is needed in the following circumstances: to adequately illuminate designated escape routes, to provide sufficient illumination in other areas to allow safe movement towards and through escape routes, to ensure that all fire alarm call points, firefighting equipment and other safety equipment can be readily located and used, to provide sufficient light to enable proper shutdown procedures to be carried out in dangerous or high-risk areas. The legal requirement is that most non-domestic and commercial premises must be safe at all times, even if mains power failure occurs. Therefore, most buildings must have emergency lighting fitted, such as shops, factories, warehouses, schools, colleges, universities, hospitals, care homes, offices, public areas of residential blocks, common areas in flats, HMOs, rail stations, airport terminals, car parks, leisure centers, gyms, theaters, pubs, clubs, places of worship, community halls, tents, and marquees. Emergency lighting is generally not required in private, single-occupancy houses. Emergency lighting is used for defined escape routes, corridors, stairways, and final exits must be illuminated. Large open areas, areas accessible by the public that are larger than 60 square meters, and open areas with an escape route running through them must have emergency lighting installed to ensure users' safety, guiding them to the nearest exit. High-risk task areas. High-risk task area lighting needs to operate in the event of an emergency to keep them illuminated. Standby lighting maintains business continuity, for example finishing a critical, dangerous, or high-value task. Standby lighting is not a legal requirement. Emergency lighting should last 1 hour minimum duration. It must fully recharge within 24 hours before reoccupation. The premises must be evacuated immediately. Emergency lighting should last 3 hours total duration for sleeping risks, hotels, licensed premises, and places of entertainment, premises requiring early reoccupation, for example in schools and hospitals. Types of emergency lighting. Maintained. The emergency light operates as a normal light, but switches to a battery backup during a power failure. Non-maintained. The light is usually not illuminated and only turns on when the mains power fails. Combined. Multi-lamp luminaires, where the emergency lamp can be operated in a non-maintained or a maintained mode. Emergency light examples. Illuminated escape exit signs. Bulkhead lights. High output twin spotlights. Recessed down lights. Escape signs may be either externally or internally illuminated to ensure they are conspicuous and legible. Externally illuminated signs should be illuminated to no less than 5 lux. Defined escape routes. Routes occupants must follow to evacuate the premises must be 1 lux minimum and have at least 2 luminaires per compartment. Open areas. Areas greater than 60 square meters, half lux minimum. If the escape route runs through an open area, the escape route should be 1 lux. High-risk task areas. Lighting plan on case-by-case basis as part of the site risk assessment. Must be 10% of light required for the task and never less than 15 lux. BSEN 50172, 2004 and BS 5266-8, 2004, requires that installed emergency lighting systems shall have continued maintenance and periodic testing carried out, as defined in the dual-numbered standard. In practice, the emergency luminaires require a daily visual inspection, subject to the premises FRA requirements. and must be functionally tested every month and for their full rated duration annually. The purpose of this periodic testing is to ensure the satisfactory operation of each emergency luminaire, to establish that the light output from each luminaire is sufficient, and ultimately that the system is still fit for purpose and that it corresponds with the requirements of the standards. For safety reasons, the standards advise that the emergency lighting testing should be carried out at times of least risk to the building's occupants or, if possible, when the premises are unoccupied or in unoccupied portions of those premises. Common premises emergency lighting issues. Batteries not replaced, leading to reduced duration. Faulty LED charging indicators not spotted due to lack of regular inspection and testing. Escape routes changed without updating the lighting layout. Little or no lighting on external escape routes to assembly points. Cheap units installed that do not meet the required standards. Decorative refurbishments covering or obstructing emergency lights. These are all fixable quickly, once identified by a competent engineer.